Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss the second string handling function, that is strcpy. So strcpy is a inbuilt function. We are going to copy from one string to another string. So the syntax for this strcpy is like this: strcpy, then destination address, source address. Destination address in the sense the second. For example, we have a string 1 and a string 2. So what we are going to do is, string 1 will be considered as a source, and string 2 is considered as a destination. So the contents available in string 1 will be copied to the second string, that is a destination. So the syntax for strcpy is like this, and this is a simple sample program for this. For example, in our case, this is ch1 and the string is program, and ch2 is a new string. So we are going to copy the content in ch1 to ch2. The function strcpy simply copies the source content to the destination. Okay, that is very simple. We don't want to much worry about how this program works, because it's very simple. Inbuilt function is there to copy from source to destination. It is very simple. So I just want to run this program. Okay, this is a program. For that we have two strings, string 1 and string 2, s1 and s2. Okay, I am collecting the value from the user with the help of gets function that we already discussed. Gets is a inbuilt function to collect the value from the user, so that will be stored in s1, and we are printing the value, the collected value, string 1, and after that we are copying the content in string 1 to string 2. After that we are printing the value. Okay, very simple program. Nothing more to discuss about this, because it's the whole thing is happened only because of this string function strcpy. Okay, so what is the meaning of this inbuilt function? These inbuilt functions are the functions developed by the compiler in the sense the people developed the compiler. They already wrote the program for strcpy. So what we are doing is, we are calling that function. So by calling the function, it automatically runs the program that is in the background. We don't want to worry about that program. And this function copy the content from source to the destination. The destination address is s2, source address is s1, and we are printing that value. Okay, here hello is a string that I am giving here. Okay, so string 1, so printing string 1 s1, so it prints the same value hello here. After that we are using the strcpy function to copy the content from string 1 to string 2, s1 to s2. So after the execution of this statement, we are getting the string 2, okay, second string, that is hello. It's very simple. But in the university examinations, you will not be asked to write a program with the help to copy the content from one string to another with the help of strcpy. You just want to know how it works. Sometimes it may ask, but usually in the university examination, they will ask you to write a program to copy the content from string 1 to string 2 without using strcpy. That is the highlight. That is a challenging thing. Without using this string copy function, we have to write a program to copy the content from string 1 to string 2 without using this strcpy. Okay, so we are going to discuss how it happens. Okay, here we have two string s1 and s2. Okay, so I am giving the value in s1, that is hello, that is stored like this, and this is the second one. How will we copy this one to this one? So in a normal one-dimensional array, how can we do that? So first step is to identify the end of the string. How will we identify the end of the first string? We all know that every string ends with a null character. So we can go to the last position by verifying whether the position s of 0 is null. If s of 0 is null, we can say that we reach the end of the string. If the condition is false, then we understand that there is a variable, there is a character. So we can copy that character to the new one, h. and then again, so it's capital H. Okay, again, initial step is to verify whether S of 0 not equal to null. If S of 0 not equal to null, then what will happen? We understand that the first available value is a character. So copying that character and place it in the new string. Again, moving on to the second position, verifying whether S1 of 1 is not equal to null. If the condition is true, then we will copy the value E to the new string. Then moving on to the next, verifying whether the string, the character, whether the S1 of 2 contains a character or a null character. If it is a character, then we will copy that value to the new one. Again, moving on to the next, S1 of 3 is not equal to null. If the condition is true, we understand that there is a value L. Copy that value and place it in L. Then moving on to the next, S1 of 4 not equal to null, condition true. If the condition is true, we are copying that value and place it in the output. Okay. Next is null. S1 of 5 not equal to null, condition false. That means we reach the end of the file. Okay. So now we are going to write the program for this. Very simple. How will we write? I equal to 0, I less than, I equal to 0, S of I not equal to null. So this is a similar program that we wrote to find the length of the string. Likewise, not equal to null. Then I plus plus. If this condition is true, then what we are going to do? So I equal to 0. So we can say that S2 of I equals S1 of I. Am I right? We simply copied the value from string 1 to string 2. So in the first case, S2 of, in the for loop, initially in the for loop what is happening we will discuss. Okay. Yes, sorry, I made a mistake here. S1, okay. S1 of 0, I value equal to 0, so S1 of 0 not equal to null. That is the first condition. Okay. If the condition is true, then it executes the true part of the program. So what is the value of I? I equal to 0. S1 of 0. S1 of 0 is what? Capital H. Capital H not equal to null. Capital H not equal to null. Condition true. So it comes to the inner part of the program. S2 of I, what is that? S2 of 0, that is this part, equal to S1 of 0. S1 of 0 is what? H. Then I incremented by 1, I equal to 1. S1 of 1. S1 of 1 is what? E. Not equal to null. Condition true. S2 of, what is that? S2 of 1, which is equal to S1 of 1, that is E. I incremented by 1, 2. S1 of 2, that is L. Okay. L not equal to null, condition true. S2 of 2, S2 of 2 is equal to S1 of 2, that is L. Then I value equal to, incremented by 1, 3. S1 of 3 not equal to null. S1 of 3, that is what? Capital L. L not equal to null, condition true. S2 of 3 equal to L. S1 of L. S1 of 3. Okay. Then I equal to 4. S1 of 4 not equal to null. That is O. Not equal to null. Condition true. S2 of S1 of S2 of 4. That is, which is equal to S1 of 4 equal to O. Then I value is incremented by 1, 5. S1 of 5, which is what? Null. Null not equal to null. Condition false. That will not execute this part of the program, and it exits the program. Okay. Now we are going to execute the same program here. Here we are running the program. Okay. Hi is the string that I am giving. Okay, string 1 hi, but string 2 hi, then some special characters are coming here. So what is the meaning of this? So here string 2 we copied it from string 1, but we didn't copy /0, because as per the program, once this condition is false, then it will not execute the remaining part of the program. That remaining in the sense, it will not execute the S2 of I equal to S1 of I. That means this null is not assigned here. Okay, because of that, the compiler doesn't understand the end of the statement. That is why the compiler prints the, sorry, where is that? Compiler prints the spaces, null character, unwanted character, because it's a array of 20 spaces. So all the remaining empty spaces are getting printed. So we have to give the null character also. So for that, after the execution, what I did is, once the condition gets false, I deliberately assigning that S2 of I equal to null. So by assigning this, the compiler understand that the S2, the endpoint of S2 is at null, null location. So now I am printing. So hi. Now we are getting the exact result. So this is a way we are copying the content from string 1 to string 2 without using strcpy. Thank you for watching the video. Okay, run the program by yourself and you can clarify the doubts with me. Okay, thank you.